Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do Hunter x Hunter 2011 episode 69 review. So before I get started, of course, two things. Number one, look down the description below for the link to this week's episode of Hunter x Hunter. Number two, let's get this shit off our chest. Let's just remove it off our chest. 69 is a sexual position. Alright, we get it, alright? It's a guy going on a girl and a girl going on a guy at the same time. That's the way it is, okay? Now that that's being said, on with the episode review. This episode of Hunter x Hunter is actually very simple. In a nutshell, it's going in party, meet up with Tetsugaira's party, and then after they showcase Nen in order to qualify themselves worthy, a little vice versa here, because last time we all remember, in order for them to actually get inside the Greed Island game, Gon and Killua had to train their Nen in order to impress Tetsugaira. And now, in this case, in order for Tetsugaira to actually join Gon and Killua in their quest to beat Razor and the 14 Devils, he has to showcase his Nen. And they do that via jumping. After all that stuff, they go back to the actual castle. Yeah, like it's a castle or like a lighthouse. I'm not too sure which one it was. No, it's a lighthouse. I think so. Yeah, it's a lighthouse. Yeah, but whatever. They go back to the lighthouse with like the 8 main guys. No, with 6 main people and like 14 scrubs. Something along that lines. No, either 8 or no, it was 8. You know, was it 8? No, if it's Gensuru. No, not Gensuru. Gorinu. It's Gorinu, Gon, Killua, Biscuit, Hisoka, Tetsugaira, and then his 3 followers. So that's 9. I believe so. Yeah, I think I'm right. So basically, they have 9 people, all right? And then Tetsugaira's guys, they go in there, they clean house. Like, they clean house. They win all their matches. And then Razor's like, you know what? I got this shit. Yo, I got this shit. And Razor, he comes out there, but the problem was that what happened was that one of his guys, Bobobo, like the big black, of course, the big black dude, kickable sumo match. And then what ends up happening here is that Killua is like, yeah, I'll fucking do it. And Razor's like, yo, you're breaking the fucking taboo. And then he further breaks the taboo by revealing that this island, that Greed Island is an island, and that he is not a game character. And Razor just, he literally blows his head up by making a Nen ball and fucking just bam, boom. And then it's revealed later on that part where, yeah, it's revealed to, like, everybody now that, in fact, this island is a real island that is in the real world. And, in fact, this person, Razor, is a game master, one of the guys who created the game. And, of course, Gon's like, well, that means that it's Jin here. And Razor's like, ugh. Jin powers up. It's like, your old man told me not to go easy on you, kid. So we just hop right into the game, the dodgeball game, where we see Razor make he makes like 8 he makes I think is that emissions making those bodies? Is that emissions or something else? I'm not too sure. I think it's like a form of emissions and no. I think it's a combination of emissions, conjurer, and transformation. I think so. I believe so. I'm not too sure. I think so, yeah. But whatever. I mean, Goreno, he did the same thing. But yeah, I believe it's either because it's emissions because he's making the Nen creatures outside of his own body. That's number 1. Number 2 is that there's transformations because he's actually like sculpting like creatures. And then number 3 is that it has to be conjured because like he's kind of like summoning them, like they like appear out of like a Nen circle off the ground, and Gensuru and Goreno, he did the same thing. So I think it's a combination of all 3. I'm not too sure, but let me know down the description below if it's just conjurer or if it's transformations, conjure, and emissions come on together. I mean, that's what I'm thinking, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. After that, we see the dodgeball game progressing, where even though Goreno has his monkey clones. Like, Goreno takes out 2 of his guys. He takes out 2 of the Razor clones. And then, or the Razor creatures. Razor's like, yeah, like, we're all set up now. Alright, it's me and like these 3 other motherfuckers. And Granito gets cocky. He's like, yeah, Peg. Razor catches that shit, pegs it right back, and like in the force, Granito's like, can I catch this? No, I'm gonna die. And then he warps in with his gorilla, and after that, after his Nen beast literally shatters because of the force, Granito, he's like shell shocked because now he understands the gap between him and Razor. Razor has a coalition, and they explain the rules of the game. Razor has a coalition of his Nen creatures, the ones that are taken out. They're now standing outside of the actual ring, but you can still throw to them. And so he's throwing it around like this freaking. He's throwing around this the volleyball, and winds up getting Tetsugaru in the back. And then Killer picks it up, realizes, yo, like this ball is heavy as fuck. It's like a bowling ball. After that, what happens is that he still comes in there because after Tetsugaru, he broke a few ribs, so he's out permanently. After that, because you're not allowed to play the game when you're injured, he still comes in there. He's like, yo, I got this shit. Took out one guy, but then after that, he didn't have it after that because Razor can merge his creatures together. So he merges one of these guys together to make number 13. Razor, and so it happens that, you know, Razor has the ball back, and now it's Biscuit, Hisoka, Gon, and Killua against Razor, and Razor has the ball, taking a step back, and then they're all like backed away, like, oh shit, Razor. They use Ken in order to like surround the Nen, because you know, like Ken is sustained Ren, so they do that shit, and they're preparing themselves for, you know, Razor's attack. And of course, Tetsugaru, he comments on how their Nen is so smooth. You know, like he could see how much time and effort they put in training their Nen, and he himself feels the need to go back to the basics. However, this was epic, man. Yo, this was awesome. This was the best part of the entire episode, right, man? What happens is that Gon and Killua, they use their Ken. And Razor's like, you know, Ken, very impressive. Here I come. And then he charges up his, the volleyball. He's like, here I come. Gon, like his eyes open for like the first time in the entire fucking series. Anime. And then Gon's like, come, and then Razor, this was epic, man. Razor has like a face. He's like, yeah, and then he has like an extension, like, and he's like, bam, and it's, yo, that was a very nice scene. That was a very nice scene. It was like, yo, that was epic. That was epic, man. It was like, yeah, it was just like Razor, fucking Peg. I like that. That was very nice. And Gon actually blocks that by using Ko. Problem was that the force was so great where even with Ko, he was sent, you know, back over to the end of the wall, crashed into the wall, while the volleyball got the fuck up into the ceiling and made like a crater in the ceiling. And that's where the episode ends. So the episode overall is actually very short, very quick episode, but it was still very entertaining, still very enjoyable. The pacing was actually, it was somewhat good. Felt a little bit fast because there were a few scenes beforehand where we actually see Gon and Killua training like basketball, training with volleyball, training in order to like be prepared like, for playing these games. Because apparently Gon wasn't well versed in these games at all. And they kind of show that at the end with like a miniature flashback when Tetsugaru is talking. But I believe in the manga they actually showed much more of that. So that was kind of and it was pretty fast-paced overall. But the the story progression was there too, because now we are in full gear. We are in full gear, and Razor is going in. And of course, it seems like there's history between Razor and his father. Obviously, because he revealed how his father, how Jin, Gon's father, told him to not go easy on Gon at all. And then when you saw that he was being very serious when he said, I'm coming, no homo, I'm coming, go, and then he's like charged up his freaking and yo, the extension, like, yeah, oh, that was nasty, man. That was nasty, man. Like, that was beautiful. The way it was animated, and that's what I say too. The animation, of course, was on point. So the main things here is that the story progression, that was semi good. Like, not good, but it was still semi good. The animation was good, above average, good, and the pacing, in my opinion, a little bit too fast, Could have been slowed down a little bit. It could have. It really could have. Because I do know that I'm hearing news that in 7 episodes, well now 6, I believe 6, in about 6, 7 episodes, they will be done with the Greedon arc. And they're going to go from there to the Chimera Ant, which is an arc that everybody wants to see animated. The problem is that Togashi Yoshihiro is still ill. He's still ill. So I can see the 2011 Hunter x Hunter anime ending at the Greed Island arc. No, I mean at the after the end of the Chimera arc. Either they're gonna end at the Chimera Ant arc, or after the post. Yeah, let's call it the post Chimera Ant arc, and then they're gonna end it right there because Togashi hasn't written anything ever. Well, no, he did the Kurapika specials, and that was it. So yeah, it's kind of like I can see this because now that it's gonna be 7 episodes until we reach the Chimera Ant arc, I can see it ending after that, post Chimera Ant or Chimera Ant itself. So, but give me your thoughts on that if you guys read the actual manga. I mean, there were no spoilers in there. There were no spoilers in there because I didn't mention any character names, what happened in the Chimera arc. I just told you that probably after the Chimera arc is gonna end because Togashi Yoshihiro, he's sick. And either that or like a really long, big filler. And then we continue on again. But that's pushing it because we know from history that we actually see series ending because there's so many fillers. Like the Bleach anime that ended because of the fillers. I mean, I think Inuyasha was the same way. That ended because of fillers. Freaking Fairy Tail's ending at the end of this month, and probably because of fillers, and of course other shit with that. But yeah, so that's pretty much the episode. So episode rating, I'll give it an OK+, because again, animation was good, and the progression of the story was like semi-good, but the pacing was eh, and overall it was an actual simple episode. So I'll give it OK+. So I'm done, King Lightning. Be sure, of course, rate, comment, and subscribe as always, and I'm signing out. Peace. Have a nice day.